Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, and we are going to find out how the game continues, and I'm pretty sure that... See, I thought there were 7 chapters, so I don't know if this is the last case? What happens then in chapter 6 and 7? Because I thought chapter 7 is like an epilogue kind of a thing. So I'm assuming maybe there isn't another case, but they maybe figure out a way to escape or something in chapter 6. So anyway, we're going to find that out now. We're going to choose to let it go.
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
About her lie. Her claim. Well, that's right. I have to... Do I expose Kyoko's lie or not? If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. Okay, blah, blah, blah. We know this. Let's go and let it go. She's not wrong. What do? I have to decide. Okay, we're going to choose to let it go. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact?
Yes. Do we get another chance?
So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
It's you.
But who else could it have been?
You.
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
Yes.
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Not true.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What?
Oh god, now we're back on me. Or how is this the bad end? How is this the good ending?
Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you?
Monokuma killed her?
Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time.
Okay.
So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
I don't know how this is going to turn out to be a good ending.
Voting time?
Because I don't know who killed her, and we have to vote, and they're going to vote for me, and I'm going to die. So, like, or they're all going to die.
Now, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
You know what's weird? He didn't ask us that the last time.
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Whoa! How is this the good ending? How is this the good ending? What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
Yep, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense!
Shing!
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials. And I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills, chills, kills!
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I... Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
But I don't... what? Haha! What's this? What's going on? Hey, was that? Yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter Ego. Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this.
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words,
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get it to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit in a way that's even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
calm down.
It's okay, we're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words,
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
so...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. Are we the mastermind? And like, she's like, hey! The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. What the balls? Hope's Peak Academy. It brings the top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop to the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are 2 things you need to attend this school. 1, you have to already be attending high school. 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. Flashback. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? Wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. Why are we replaying this? This is freaking me out. I love it. Okay, I love it, but what the heck is going on? Ugh. Finally, I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. And then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream, and this is freaky. Is this like outside? What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. Heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck there until I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First step was to start looking for a way out of there. Obviously the door, but I just wanted to see what else we could look at with us. Is it a plane? Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? Okay, yeah, I know the door, but I just want to look at the rest of the stuff. This is a desk. It's probably one that fell down here with me. That's a rocket and a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. But the rocket in the very beginning, well, we had to cut that out because it was copyrighted, but there's a rocket ship that goes off with somebody in it and it kills them, and that's the rocket. And the tank, wasn't the tank used on one of the students? I can't remember. I remember the airplane a little bit. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. And that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was break down the motherfucking door, go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. All I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign, not exactly. What the? Strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Well, let's investigate it, shall we? It's trash. Did that giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched out my hand toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
This place smells awful. Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So,
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
hey,
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. But thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. That really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Okay, let's talk to her. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me? To pay her debt. Or to pay a debt. Or no, to atone. Atone? During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So, you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive? I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive,
in other words,
is so that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... Remember, she said that before. I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? First thing. You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a
It
disconnect.
would seem.
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey,
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you.
However,
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility, and it's definitely true. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. I would love it if Makoto was the mastermind just because nobody believes it. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
listen.
Are you okay? Yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on
Correct.
others. I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
so.
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. Da-da! We kind of figured that out, obviously, because she's, yeah. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone. Who?
So.
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
In other words.
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way.
Huh?
Huh?
No
matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on?
I.
My memory hadn't come back at that point. But when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes
However-
sense. But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there?
So.
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map.
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues. So I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like? The part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school, it's more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important. Really ominous. I think we have to keep talking about it.
However...
Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorms, there were no... so what was it like? Okay.
So...
Can we get out of here yet? I better talk to Kyoko. I just did that.
However...
Oh, you know what? I bet we have to... Okay. Alright. We already did... Okay, we have to... Okay, yeah, okay, I got it. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. Yeah, but they could have killed her before then or after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. Right, so see, there no more killings ever happened, and we all live happily ever after, and someone must have killed Toko, because we had a picture of her, and we all impregnated Hina. It's really creepy, though, because then all of your we all had kids with her, and then all of your kids are, what, can have kids with each other? That's just creepy as fuck. Anyway, that was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. You're free to enter. Okay, with minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. Because they're one of us! It's probably us. That would be fucking amazing.
Hey.
If it turns out to be Makoto, I will lose my shit, and that'll be so great, even though, like, I keep saying it, but it would still be great, and it would still blow my mind. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro. What's that? Mukuro? Yeah, Mukuro? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... during the night?
I
can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway...
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course. I have a feeling that Mukuro grabbed the dagger. Maybe was going to kill us because we're the mastermind. That'd be fucking amazing.
However...
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. And it fits in perfectly that Makoto passes out and then Monokuma's like quote-unquote dead and then everyone takes him apart and then as soon as we're back on our feet there's another Monokuma. Because you know damn well there was gonna be more than one Monokuma. Because Junko attacked one of them, or you know what I mean? And he blew up. Wasn't it Junko? Oh no. Well, somebody in the very beginning, it was probably Mondo, attacked a Monokuma and the Monokuma blew up and he didn't die or whatever. But, and then like, you know what I mean? Like, so there's more than one Monokuma. So, you know, I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking
That's
about what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy, whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate
It would
despair.
seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're,
Indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Ooh! There's still 6 of us. Damn! And we're at perfect time. Dream Island Rocket. Yeah, because yes, I want to save the data. Okay. So I am actually going to wrap this part up here. That is the perfect place. So I'm not sure if this is like the after chapter 5 kind of stuff, or if this is like going to start chapter 6 now. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here. We are getting so close. So close, I can't even believe it. So yeah, I think chapter 6 must be the last, and 7 must be in like an epilogue. So this is freaking amazing. And I can't believe this, and I really have a feeling it's Makoto. Nobody tell me! I can't even believe this. Actually, it's okay. You can post whatever you want, because by the time this posts, I will probably have finished the game, because I can't stop playing. I literally, I think the last part that went up, as of right now, we haven't even, I think part 29 went up today, the day I'm recording this. And this is part, like, what, 51 now? So, yeah, I'm, like, way ahead. I can't stop playing it. Like, there comes a point where I'm like, oh, I've only got, like, 5 or 6 episodes recorded, and then the next thing you know, I got, like, 2 weeks of it. So, anyway, I'm really excited to find out what happens in the next chapter. I can't believe the game's almost done, but so good. So good. And then we'll be doing the second one. But anyway, I will see you guys next time, and we will get into the mystery of who the mastermind is. Yeah. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.